Aye. Like Gosha's here, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with a moment of silence, followed by the pledge. Thank you. Aye.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there any public comment on agenda items only? Seeing none. Highlight of the meeting, as always, the assessment corrections to the duplicate. Deborah Storman, Chief Assessor.
We have no additions. We have subtractions of $6,520.
Our motion to accept the corrections to the duplicate, please.
So moved.
Second. Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Don't sit down.
Don't sit down, Mary Ellen. Thank you, Deb. Making the presentation, our director, Madam Director of Emergency Management, making a presentation of the 2025 Monroe County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
All right, well, good morning.
Good morning.
I am pleased to come before you today to present the 2026 Monroe County Hazard Mitigation Plan and to share the work that has gone into this important planning effort over the past 2 years. Since late 2022, the Office of Emergency Management and the Planning Commission, together with representatives from all 20 municipalities, a wide range of community organizations, have worked closely with MCM Consulting Group to update this plan. This effort reflects extensive collaboration and a shared commitment to reducing risk and strengthening resilience across Monroe County. Federal Emergency Management Agency guidance requires local governments to maintain a current hazard mitigation plan that is updated every 5 years. Maintaining an adopted plan is a prerequisite for eligibility for presidential disaster declaration assistance and for federal hazard mitigation grant funding. Without a current plan in place, communities may be limited to their ability to access critical recovery and mitigation funding following a disaster. This planning effort began after Monroe County received $157,000 through the COVID post-disaster hazard mitigation grant program. The 2026 plan represents the 5th iteration of this countywide effort, which was first developed in 2006. Over time, the scope of this plan has expanded significantly. What began as a document focused primarily on natural hazards, such as flooding and winter storms, now addresses natural, technological, and human-caused hazards. These range from hurricanes, wildfires, and droughts to cyber incidents, public health threats, and substance use disorder. In total, the plan evaluates 27 different hazard types that impact Monroe County. A major strength of this update is the whole community approach used throughout the planning process. In addition to municipal officials and emergency responders, we engaged human services organizations, school districts, higher education partners, dam owners, and residents. Together, we identified areas of the county that are more vulnerable to specific hazards and developed mitigation projects aimed at reducing long-term risk, One example of this outreach was the Hazard Mapping Initiative, which was conducted over the spring, summer, and fall of the 2024, which invited residents to identify hazard-prone areas directly on maps of their communities. Throughout this effort, more than 100 community members shared valuable on-the-ground insights about areas of concern. We also work directly with the organizations that represent underserved populations to ensure the plan reflects the needs of residents with disabilities and access and functional needs. The value of this work is clear. FEMA has found that for every dollar invested in mitigation, an average of $6 is saved in future disaster recovery costs. The 2026 Hazard Mitigation Plan identifies more than 140 new mitigation projects at both the municipal and county levels that can be pursued as funding becomes available. Before closing, I would like to take a moment to recognize the many individuals and partners who contributed to this effort. This plan reflects hundreds of hours of collaboration by municipal officials, emergency responders, community organizations, human service partners, educators, and residents across all 20 municipalities. Their commitment ensured the plan is both comprehensive and grounded in real community needs. I would also like to specifically acknowledge Samantha Rispoli of the Office of Emergency Management, as well as Julia Scher, Kevin Glovis, and Jeremy Schuster from the Planning Commission. Their leadership in overseeing the project, coordinating meetings, and reviewing multiple drafts of the plan was instrumental in bringing this document to completion. This was a significant undertaking for both of our offices, and their dedication ensured the plan remained thorough, accurate, and aligned with FEMA and Commonwealth requirements. This plan, like those before it, is a living document. Once municipalities formally adopt it, they become eligible to pursue federal mitigation funding tied directly to the projects identified in the plan. Historically, Monroe County Monroe County was asked only to approve this plan, while formal adoption was required at the municipal level. FEMA has since updated its guidance. Under the current requirements, any entity that identifies hazard mitigation projects within the plan is now expected to formally adopt it. Because Monroe County has identified county-level hazard mitigation projects within this plan, county adoption is now required to maintain eligibility for federal hazard mitigation funding. So today, we request that the 2026 Monroe County Hazard Mitigation Plan be adopted by Monroe County to ensure the county remains compliant with FEMA requirements and positions both county and other municipalities to pursue mitigation funding over the next 5 years. Funding that helps reduce risk, protects residents, and lessen long-term financial impacts of disasters. Thank you for your continued support of Monroe County's preparedness and resilient efforts.
Mary Ellen, excuse me, stand up and show the crowd
Oh, sure.
what you're talking about. Look at this, folks.
Thank you. Yeah, so almost too big for the 5-inch binder. So.
Mary Ellen, can I ask you a question on how this whole thing works? Because we have had problems before post-storm. And unless a municipality would have identified a potential problem in their hazard mitigation plan, they would be ineligible for any kind of funding, correct?
As long as they have adopted the plan, they're eligible for that funding. So once the first municipality, it's not going to trigger with the county adoption.
Right.
Once the first municipality adopts the plan, we'll have about a year for all 20 municipalities to adopt the plan. So all 20 are eligible at this point, which is unheard of in our Commonwealth, to be perfectly honest. And for the last 3 iterations, we have had 100% buy-in from all of our municipalities. So our county is really proactive in the hazard mitigation efforts. What precludes them from getting funding for projects is if the project itself is not listed in the mitigation plan. So each year we review it and make sure that if there's something new that has popped up, that we can add it in there so that as monies come available, they can take advantage of it.
So should I say to our residents in Monroe County, wherever you live, contact your municipality, tell them it's imperative that they adopt what we just adopted today so we can move forward for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that would be important to do.
Does that tie into one of your funding requests that we put in for Goose Pond Dam then?
I'm sure.
It does. It does.
Very good. We adopt this later on in our story here. Well, thank you, Mary Ellen. Old Mrs. Approve the minutes of the January 7th, 2026 Commissioners meeting. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Amend motion 2025-358, 12/17 of 2025, reflecting a start date of 2/1 of 26 for the Equifax verification service for domestic relations. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Proclamations and certificates. Last Friday, we presented Will Sturpas with a retirement certificate. Lehigh Valley Hospital Health Center, Pocono Creek has a grand opening coming up. The Pocono Mountain Board of Realtors was awarded last week a certificate on their 100th anniversary. And we have Shelba and Sharon here for the Star of Valor quilt. David, you have these? Sure. Maybe you and Sharon can do it. Come on up,
Did you say
ladies.
David
Yes.
and Sharon?
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Shelba Sheffer.
I wasn't gonna.
Go. I will. Yeah, that's Sharon's. Easier to pronounce. No, well, Connie Haight contacted me from the Polk Township Veterans Commission about donating a quilt to the courthouse. And the actual people donating it are right here with us today, so we want to recognize
And
that.
the quilt's with us here today
You
too.
can see the quilt on the screen that they've donated. That's hanging in the old law library at the courthouse. So we have the certificate of special recognition, Shelba Sheffer. The Monroe County Commissioners, thank you for your wonderful contribution, making and donating a remarkable Star of Valor quilt celebrating American 250 PA for Monroe County, signed by Chairman Christie, myself, and Sharon Labrador. Thank you.
Thank
you. Yeah, I'll do it.
Or you'll do it together. Oh, all right, because you probably need to be together to make that right.
Actually, Shelba pieced everything. So all the pretty colors that you see there, that's all on her. I don't take credit there. When you actually look at the quilt, all of the stitches that are in it, that adds all the dimension to it.
That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that information. And in light of that, we have today a certificate of special recognition to Sharon Gower. Monroe County Commissioners, thank you for your wonderful contribution by quilting the remarkable Star of Valor quilt celebrating America 250 PA for Monroe County. Commissioner Christie, Commissioner Parker, and myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
You have time to go over to the courthouse afterward for a photo?
Sure, that would be great.
No, I mean, it looks small, but it goes pretty quick. Hold on, we gotta get it.
Photo
Over here.
Everyone's scooching.
We'll turn.
Sure, I don't.
All right. Good on mine.
Thank you.
Swapping angles.
I'm so sorry. After you're done. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know, hold the soldier a little bit yet. You're doing good. Got it.
Put it on. My bad. So I'll just make sure. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, is there a motion to accept these proclamations and certificates, please? Did we did
So
that
moved.
all together? All done? Excellent. New business. We're good. Cindy has said we're all good, so we're good. I'm sorry, Deb. We're good?
So you made the motions. You have to do the.
Oh, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Takes a village. Personnel, we have the personnel agenda, an A and B to approve and ratify requests to work additional hours in the sheriff's office. We have the deputies, security, and clerks. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We have electronic transfers. We have vouchers payables for the 9th and the 16th, gross payroll for the 11th, and Highmark, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Geisinger dental claims, and flexible spending account. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Travel authorization, approve and ratify travel requests to the Area Agency on Aging, the Conservation District, and Domestic Relations. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol Commission. reappoint Amanda Gonzalez to the board with a new term to expire September 30th of 2028. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Carbon Monroe Pike Mental Health and Developmental Services, reappoint Suzanne McCool to the advisory board for a new term to expire December 21st, 2028. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
This is December 30th.
Sorry, December, I have 21st.
Because you don't have the.
Oh.
that I gave you.
I'm sorry, December 31st, 2028. All in favor? Is there a motion?
So
Is there a motion, please?
moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Put off because the Gowers are here.
Throws a wrench in everything, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Children and Youth, approve the adoption assistance agreement for LC.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Commissioner's Office, ratify the budget adjustment report on 1/21 of 26 to $40,975. That $40,975, $4,900 of that was a transfer from the fund balance to maintenance for electrical costs at the courthouse, and $75 is to cover electricity. It was moved from general expenses to electricity for the sewage treatment plant for a total of $40,975. Also approve the budget adjustment report dated 1/21 of 26 totaling $282,992. We have $11 moved from Salvation Army Energy Directed PVM Ecumenical Pantry. In other words, these are dollars that were unspent, so we try to make sure that we can supply everybody with something, no matter if it's just $11. Community Service Block Grant of $124,776. You can see here that Catholic Social Services gets money, Salvation Army Rental, Salvation Army Case Management, Pocono Services for Family and Children, Stroud Regional Parks, Family Promise of Monroe County, Pocono Area Transitional Housing, Resources for Human Development, PVM Ecumenical, Salvation Army Energy Direct, Safe Monroe, and Meals on Wheels. Just so everybody knows, that is an organization of representatives from throughout the county that decides the allocations of these dollars. Also for emergency management, to pay for the large binder over there. No, I'm just teasing. I'm sorry. To pay outstanding balances for plowing and maintenance to the burn building. We have $23,130 going from different line items to emergency management. The homeless assistance program, we have, I should have done this math earlier. $23,863 from grant revenue and Family Promise to Pocono Area Transitional Housing, Salvation Army Emergency Shelter, Resource for Human Development, and admin. Also in human service contracts, we have to align the human service budget to include the 2026 CSBG grant and additional funds for HAP, including administration. This is to realign for CSBG because we didn't really think that there was going to be money from the feds. So with this money, we didn't have that in our budget. So what we had to do was put in these line items so that for the $35,955, so that we would be able to take care of the administration. MDJ offices, $167 for subscriptions and books. And then we also have $125 at two different MDJ books to cover MDJ offices to cover bonding. The planning department is $1,600 $130 for a new for engineering fees for projects that the Planning Commission is going over. And the sheriff, we have $13,885. We move money out of gas, oil, and grease to security to repair a X-ray machine. And the state food purchase, or TFAP, is about $58,000 or $59,000 to the state food purchase program. The little change in that is that there are no capital allowances in that grant anymore for the SFPP. So in the previous years, you were able to buy things for like freezers and stoves, but we no longer are able to do that. So you can see the line items or the dollar amounts going to different organizations for a total of $282,922. Approve the IRS mileage reimbursement rate of 72.5 cents per mile. Ratify resolution updating authorized signers of the ESSA Bank, a division of CNB Bank. Ratify the agreement with Kudu Creative for fentanyl awareness programs and podcast program totaling $14,020 to be paid from the opioid settlement funds. Award the bid for Waypal roll towels in the amount of $1,247.75 to Staples Contract and Commercial for administrative janitorial supplies. Approve the report of the County Liquid Fuels Tax Fund for the 2025 calendar as follows. The County Liquid Fuels Fund end year balance is $149,381.45 and a total expenditures of $312,786.54. Act 44 County Liquid Fuel Tax Fund year-end balance is $216,693.76 and total expenditures of $0. And the Act 89 County Liquid Fuels Tax Fund year-end balance is $462,118.44 and total expenditures of $0. Approve the following service contract provider agreements. David Gaspar, Esquire, as a special public defender for $57,000. Ratify the following opioid grant from the Opioid Settlement Fund consistent with the uses allowed under the Opioid Settlement Agreement Exhibit E, a memorandum of understanding and agreement with AMZ Housing Solutions in the amount of $4,600 for rental assistance, and a memorandum of understanding and agreement with Nehemiah Sober Living, Inc. in the amount of $20,000 to support programs. And finally, to add the following vendors to the county list of approved vendors. In the emergency management, we have the Lehigh Emergency Service Training Academy. In the correctional facility, we have the Sherry Black Foundation. And in fiscal, we have Hickory EFH LLC. Is there a motion to that?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Domestic relations. Execute the Title 4D contract with Deborah L. Huffman for the period of October 1st of 2025 through September 30th of 2030, subject to the availability of federal funds. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. In our elections department, we have the approval to approve building use request form with St. Paul's Lutheran Church for the 2026 primary and general election. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Fiscal and grants. Amend motion number 2026-13 dated 1/7 of 26 to approve the continuum of care of the fiscal year 2024 subrecipient contracts in the amount of $84,554 as indicated below. We have rapid rehousing with Pocono Area Transitional Housing for $54,554. We have support services for Pocono United Way for $30,000 for a total of $84,554. We also have to ratify authorization of the grants manager, Ashley Carrick, to electronically sign for the fiscal year 2025-26 continuing adult probation grant in the amount of $154,867 for the period of 7/1 of 25 through 6/30 of 26. Also ratify and authorize the authorization of the grants manager, Ashley Carrick, to electronically sign the fiscal year 2025 RAZA and VOJO continuation in the amount of $154,653 for the period of 1/1/26 through 12/31 of 26. This is the second year. And appoint the following individuals to the Community Service Administrative Board for the first 3-year term effective 1/1 of 26 through 12/31 of 28, as recommended by the Administrative Board. We have Commissioner Krista Caceres, a Pike County elected official, and Kim Dugan, a Pike County community representative. And finally, E, execute the 2025-2026 State Food Purchase Program, SFPP, subrecipient contracts for the 2025 through 2026 fiscal year as listed below. Bushkill Outreach, $20,000. Christian Awareness Ministries, $9,000. New Perspectives, $12,000. Pocono Valley Ecumenical Network, $50,220. Pocono Mountain Ecumenical, $46,500. Salvation Army Pantry and Soup Kitchen, $65,000. St. Matthew's Catholic Church, $17,000. Top of the Mountain, $46,500, and Safe Monroe, $13,000, for a total of $279,220.
I think you said you need to say Pleasant Valley. We actually said Pocono Mountain twice.
Well, we can say, motion to approve is written.
Very good. Okay.
Right.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Office of Emergency Management, adopt a resolution approving the 2025 Monroe County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Public Defender, accept proposal for Celebrate in the amount of $99,300 for the period of 3/19 of 2026 through 3/18/2027 for the renewal of the software subscription. Is there a motion, please?
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Reappoint Northeast Regional Rail Authority, Greg Christine for the board for a new term that expires 1/1 of 2031. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Redevelopment Authority, Affordable Housing, reappoint Jennifer Shakaitis to the Affordable Housing Board with a new term to expire 12/31/2030. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Capital outlay purchases. Approve the capital purchase report dated 1/21 of 26 totaling $2,269.01. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Computer capital, approve the computer capital purchase report dated 1/21 of 26 for $1,691.30. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any miscellaneous, Mr. Parker?
Yes, I'd like to thank everyone who came out for our kickoff on Sunday. I know the weather wasn't the best, so we didn't get as many people as we liked, but we made a good showing and represented our area well. And the state came through and did their presentation of a flag to us and gave more information about the upcoming events for the semi-quincentennial, some of which are in this little flyer we have in the back. So I encourage you to take it. I just wanted to highlight a couple of the first ones. Right now, there's an art show ongoing out in the West End, a patriotic art presentation by the Pocono Mountains Art Group at the Western Pocono Community Library. So they encourage you to go out and look at the art and vote for your favorite. You have until the end of February to do that. Also, since we just honored some quilters, I should recommend or let you know about the quilt contest that the Historical Association is doing. Entries are due by February 27th. And in order to enter, you make a 30-inch by 30-inch quilt. And it doesn't have to be quilted. It can be tied, because I've made 3 quilts and they've all been tied because I'm not a quilter. But so I encourage you to pick one of these up and take a look at it and enter that challenge. And those quilts will hang in the Historical Association starting in April, I think for a few months or maybe throughout the whole year. And you'll see there's many events listed here. One, of course, is going to be a parade we're going to have in town here on July 4th. But I wanted to point out, since Polk Township is represented here, Polk Township Veterans Memorial Wall dedication will happen on May 24th out in Polk Township. It'll be followed by a community picnic where there'll be reenactors and other demonstrations and games of the period 250 years ago. So that's another community event that you're welcome to attend, as well as many that are in here. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Labrador.
Just to add to that, community night that Judge Mark has been doing for years, the first Tuesday in May, I think it's May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo, May 5th.
Yep.
And this is, I think, the 10th.
But I would recommend if you could possibly come out. I'm co-chair of the education for PA 250, and the whole community night's going to be really focused towards celebration and having the youngsters in Monroe County being involved in PA 250, entering some contests and things like that, and all the different agencies that serve our community. So it's a great night to come out, and it starts around 4 or 5 and then goes to about 8 o'clock at night. So it's a great night to be out and about. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any miscellaneous, any public comment? Mr. Tolino, Dr. Tolino, I apologize.
Thank you. I thought I was out of the business of snow closings, but I wasn't as of Saturday morning for our first community partnership for gun safety program we were supposed to have.
You could have gone with a 2-hour delay. It was an arrow in your quiver.
Snow never stops. Most don't think it
You would
would.
have been shoveling. all
So thank you, everybody, for your patience. We had about 25 people that were signed up for it. We were really excited to get this thing kicked off. But we will, we've rescheduled. We're looking at Wednesday, February 4th at 6 p.m. at the Monroe County Control Center. And the Control Center has been gracious, very gracious with us to offer a space. So we're going to get that out there. It'll be on our website as of today, and I have to get the Eventbrite up so that the people who signed up, we would ask for you to sign up again, please, because it could be a little bit confusing. I had to go through all those Eventbrites and get everybody's individual email and send emails on Saturday morning. And it was funny because Friday night, my wife and I were in a conversation. I said, the one thing I don't miss is getting up early and dealing with snow closings. And Jake and I were on the phone at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. And clearly, I think it was a good decision simply because the snow didn't stop. But then again, we made the decision. So of course it was a good decision, but thank you.
We'll find that the executive director of the emergency management is a benevolent despot, but just do what she says and everything will be fine. Anybody else? Teresa,
The agenda,
please. I'm all looking forward to.
so on number 8 with domestic relations,
Yes.
is not the money for the solicitor come out of the county taxpayer money? Because that says the federal availability of federal funds.
It's not for the solicitor.
Uh,
That's a
The second job.
work as an advocate for support matters, in collection matters, as well as for parents who are appealing their support order for the person receiving support. So that the support office gets reimbursement from the feds for the cost of providing the counsel.
And isn't that
Oh, I see.
schedule? It's 4D. It usually is.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, it's not a solicitor position.
Okay. Thanks. And then I do have a statement.
Step on up.
Reese with Pesh of Belleville Township. And I have something to say about firearms on a national level and then at Monroe County level. So at the national level, I would like to say that the preamble to the Constitution of the United States starts with "We the people of the United States." And the Second Amendment reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And I'd just like to say the militia, a lot of people think the militia means the military, and it doesn't. It means we the people. And now I am going to go on to Monroe County. I'm going to go back to the open records that I did for the coroner's office for the suicides, accidentals, and homicides for 2019 to 2024. And I would like to say that looking at a small segment of the data from Monroe County, from that right to know, PA Office Open Records Docket AP 2025-1819, is I'd just like to read some numbers off. So from 2019 to 2024, these are for people under age 20. Suicide by gunshot was only 2. I shouldn't say only because it is unfortunate. Was 2 suicides by gunshots, and the accidental by gunshot was 1. So those are between the years 2019 and 2024. The homicides by gunshot were 5. I'd also like to include, since I have more time, is that from 2019 to 2024, under the age of 20, that there were 2 suicides, both were hanging. And then there were also 2 homicides. And then the accidentals, which are really kind of sketchy because there's not much description in the coroner reports, is blunt force trauma. There was 5 unfortunate deaths. And for accidentals, there was 3 fentanyl toxicity.
Thank you. Teresa, I'm going to say just one thing that 10 years ago, a friend of mine's son took his life with a gun, a long gun. Friend of my son's still suffers and still lives that trauma every day. And I think any death by a handgun for a child or a long gun is too many.
It is
Thank you.
unfortunate. I'm just reading statistics.
Nope, I understand. Is there anything else? So motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are. Thank you.